Hi, everybody. As most of you know, I took a group of people through the 12 steps. I posted a few things on Women of AA, and a bunch of women stepped forward and wanted a solid answer. And so I met with them on Zoom and we did the 12 steps. Very exciting, very fun. But I want to share with you what I learned, okay? I wasn't surprised. Well, I was surprised, and I'll tell you why. So out of those people, I just briefly said I would take some people through the steps, and like all these people stepped up. So I cut it off at 20 people. I thought, God, that's a lot of people to take through the steps at one time, right? So out of 20 people, and it was 15 at first, and then people begged me, please, let me in. So it was a nice array of people. There was some women with long-term sobriety that had never really officially done the steps and needed a way to take other people through the steps, right? And then there was some brand new people, and then there was a sponsor and a sponsee, and anyway, really fun. Met some great women all over the world. Very fun. Now, when I started with the 20 women, I thought, by the time we get to the fourth step, I'll have 3 people. Now, I've helped a lot of people, and I like I told you, I don't anymore, but I ran a treatment center. So I've had a lot of experience with alcoholics and people wanting help. And so I figured, it's one thing to ask for help, and then it's another thing to do the work. That's why I'm talking to you today. I want to talk about that a little bit. Amazingly enough, in this group, let's see, 20 people signed up, and I think 15 people signed up to the first meeting. And then consistently, I had 10 people that went through the whole thing and 9 people that completed it. One person stopped at 4 and didn't want to do 4, and but kind of hung out with us, which was fine with me. I don't care. I want her to know that there is an answer available if she ever wants to do it. You know what I mean? And maybe she doesn't. She's sober right now, so maybe she's just fine, which is great to me. Maybe she learned some tools to help someone else. So there's no judgment here. It takes what it takes. But so 9 people finished all the way through. And I was really encouraged about that. That's like 50%, which I was shocked, right? And because usually alcoholics stop, they give up. And I was thinking about it, the people that begged me, the ones that begged me to get into the group, the ones that really needed to do this, are the ones that dropped out right away. What is it? So what happened there? What happened? A couple of them that showed up the very first time really needed to do it. I was like, oh my God, I hope they stick with this. They need a solid answer, right? But they didn't. So what happened there? What happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. Alcoholism happened. Alcoholism happened. The thinking. Their thinking stopped them. Nobody else stopped them. Their thinking stopped them. And it's not a bad thing. It means they're not ready. That's all that means. They might want to come through if I do it again, right? They might do it 10 years from now. They might remember something I said, or their sponsor said, or you know what I mean? Something might happen, and they're going to come back. But this is what you need to know about alcoholism. Your thinking will stop you from moving forward. So as much as you're begging your sponsor for help, or you come on Women of AA and you say, I need help. Okay, we're going to give you help, but you have to do it. Your mind is going to come up with a million reasons not to do what people tell you, right? You need to go to meetings, and the reason always won't look like the reason. Okay, let me try to explain. Your mind will pick up something. Like the women that I met with, right? We started on the steps. Boom, right away. Do the reading, first step. This is going a little fast. Well, did you think we're going to have tea and crumpets first? We're going through the steps, right? I think you're going too fast. My sponsor said it should take a year. I don't like to read. I can't read. I lost my glasses. Well, it's on audio. Well, I'm really busy. Yeah, but last week you were begging me to do this. You're drinking and you can't quit drinking. You get 12 days and you drink again. But now you're okay. That's alcoholism. Your mind will come up with anything. I'm going to tell you a story. After my relapse, I came back to this club room that I'm at now. And they're strictly out of the big book. Everything's out of the big book. And they tried to give me an answer, right? So they tried to help me. And I did the steps and I was kind of moving along and everything was okay. And then I signed up to be the service rep. No, it wasn't service. I signed up to be the supply person. I was the supply person and I had to go buy, we have coffee and creamers and cups and all that shit, you know. We have our own room, so we set it up and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, nobody really taught me how to do it. I had to just go to Smart and Final and I started buying the supplies. And I go to Smart and Final and I buy the cups. Now we had been buying 8-ounce cups, I think. And I didn't know. And so I bought a big carton of 6-ounce cups. And I brought them in, and they were obviously smaller. Not a big deal, right? Let's run through them, and I'll buy some next time. But this guy came in, who came to the meeting, and this guy was a piece of work. He's just that guy. Every meeting has this guy. He's just an asshole, right? Just an asshole. Complains about everything. Doesn't put a fucking dollar in the basket, drinks free coffee, and then wants to complain. So he shares and he says, I want to know when group conscience, we voted in these smaller cups. These are the stupidest cups ever. I got to drink 14 of these to equal 1 cup of coffee. Now, I was not spiritually fit and I was already trying to find my way out. I was trying to find the door out of Alcoholics Anonymous, right? And guess what? That was it. I grabbed onto that resentment and I thought, fuck him, right? I'm a mother with a sick kid. I'm working full time and I have to volunteer for this position and he's going to complain about it. He's unemployed. He's getting, oh my God. And it got to me and I shared and I let him have it, right? You don't even have a job. You're complaining about fucking free coffee. Anyway, I went crazy. Well, I was not spiritually fit. I latched on to coffee cups and I relapsed. See, when you're not ready and you're not willing and open-minded, you will find any reason to leave. That's why people hook up in there. I'm pretty sure people hook up in a club room because then if they break up, they can quit coming to the meetings. Think about it. It's never as much as I don't want to get sober. It never looks like that. It looks like hurt my feelings. I don't like it there. She shares too long. I don't like the format. They're forcing me through the steps. I don't believe in God. All these things that have nothing to do with the answer. Nothing. So if you want to get sober and you keep trying and failing, it's because this thing is going. Okay? You have to tell your head to shut up. Stop it. I'm going to ask for help and I'm going to take directions and I'm going to commit to that. And I'm going to do what they tell me to do and I'm going to do it for this long. Okay? Maybe tell yourself, I'm going to try this AA thing. Some people say 90 meetings in 90 days, right? Why don't you try it for a year? Why don't you go to AA for a year? A meeting a day, 2 meetings a day. Now you can do it on Zoom, right? If you really want to stay sober. If you don't, this sounds crazy. But if you want to stay sober, go to 2 meetings a day. Go through the steps. Even if you don't think it's going to work, even if it seems like it's going too fast, even if this isn't the way your mother does it, right? Just fucking do it. Go through it, get it done, and go to meetings for a year. And in a year, if your life doesn't get better, if you don't have a complete change in outlook on life, and your desire to drink and use has not been removed, then you can go back to the misery you're living in. How's that for a deal? Love ya. Bye.